Hey, friends. If you haven't noticed, it's graduation season. I know I have a granddaughter who flipping
Wow.
just graduated from high school. How's that
Ooh,
possible? Whew, she was just
right?
born yesterday.
T-
Doesn't that happen fast?
It does. It
Uh,
does. It's
uh,
bam.
yeah,
You're like,
bam.
was this supposed to happen now? Yeah, yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
yeah. She's all
Yeah.
grown up. Anyway, she's been telling me she's an adult, so okay, okay. Welcome. Anyway, so
Welcome
I've
to the
been
hood, baby.
look at the
Welcome to the
hood.
hood.
It's kind of a crazy time.
Hey.
Anyway, so it's made me think back to high school. I can barely remember graduation, but high school
Right.
friendships, oof,
Yeah.
amazing, amazing.
Yeah.
And which
Yeah.
ones have lasted? I
Yeah.
mean, I have a few that have just been still remarkable friendships that I adore. But
I
I'm
love
wondering
that.
what you think about friendships. Actually, what are they like now in your life? Maybe they were painful at times, like in high school, like hello hormones, emotions, extremes, a
God
drama
help us.
up and down. God, we were a mess, weren't we? And thankfully, how hopefully that has changed over the years. Anyway, I'm curious what your friendships look
Yeah.
like now, and what does it
Yeah.
mean to show up now as a friend? I mean, we've been talking about this a lot. Today, we're talking about making friends and being a friend and doing those with some
Yes.
intentionality. You're going to say something about that, Jan?
And well, it's making just different stages of your life, like where we are, which floor we're
Yeah.
on in life, and then even in like high school, everybody that you've loved and grown with, now you're separating and going to different colleges, and so you begin your journey
Yeah.
of making new friends at different times in your life, and so
Yeah.
it can be challenging. I remember I remember my first roommate at college. It was like, I mean, we were so polar opposite. Unfortunately, we really
Yes.
aren't friends. I mean, it was just like, oh, I mean, and so anyway, and I haven't moved around as much as you have. And so I know moving now, people are influx, especially here in Nashville, in and out, and finding your people.
Yeah.
It's creating that
It's
activity.
tricky.
It is. It really is. And so kudos to all of you that move around. I haven't quite gotten to that place in my life, but
I
who
think you're going
knows what?
to. I have a
I
feeling.
know. I do too. Ooh, I do too. And even say like the parents I used to hang around with. When in my, at my time, some of you are there, some of you aren't. When your kids are in certain activities,
Mhm.
especially like sports, I feel because
Yeah.
it's a constant. We played travel ball. Well, see, I said we. He played travel ball. We paid for it, but
But
he
you,
played it. Oh my God. And so, those were my people then. And
yeah.
I've stayed friends with a few of them, and we would see each other or do a little reunion. But as far as consistent in my life, it's changed.
Yeah.
Even that change. It's
Mm,
it can be challenging at times. I
yeah.
I get
Yeah.
attached. I'm not an
Yeah.
attached person. I'm working on that. Working on that.
And also, if you change careers, I mean, isn't it like an average of 8 to 12 times people change careers now in their
Wow.
life? I know. Isn't that
Wow.
wild?
I
Is it careers
have.
or jobs? Yeah. Just like, oh, I think I'll do that. Doop.
Oh.
Or within a career, like I was an educator and I kept changing schools, changing like my
Oh, yes.
role, just constantly changing, and then moving overseas, and that was a completely different
Oh, man.
school environment and way of educating and kinds of people that we hung out with. And then after all of that ended, then moving again and not having the education community, we moved to first of all moved to Kazakhstan, which like hello, that's a little
That
challenging to
still blows
make a
me
friend.
away. I'm like, "What?
How do you
I
make
don't know if I can
friends
even
in
say
another?
it yet."
You can't.
Kazakhstan.
Yeah, Kazakhstan. You don't even have a language connection. You're just like, oh my
Yes.
gosh,
God.
or a cultural one. And then
Yeah.
when we've moved from Italy to Portugal, where we are now, and we live out in the country, kind of. And we'll
Yes.
have people near it. We have our closest neighbors, but otherwise, it's a real trick. So you've got to be involved in stuff. You got to go to
Yeah.
those places where the people might be that you want to connect with. So also,
Yeah.
I wanted to mention like the how interesting it is when somebody is like struggles with being vulnerable and or
Hmm.
awkward about reaching out, and we probably all have had that experience at some point. For
Yes.
some people, we know some people who are that's an extreme for them, and they just don't easily make deep friends. Um,
Yes.
yeah. Anyway, I know somebody
Well,
who's felt that way that like it didn't feel safe to be vulnerable and didn't trust.
yeah.
And so that's just something to keep in mind about other people.
Well, funny, and sometimes it's the people who you would think would. I'm that way. I can be a little shy or introverted going into. I'm not, the big
What?
groups, etc. Yeah, thank
Just
you.
kidding.
That's what I
I'm
get.
kidding.
Even my sister yesterday, she's like, I just have a hard time, and I'm like, I know, because who I am at the beginning and who I am now. When I know you, it's like,
Yeah.
oh my
Okay.
god. And so it
That's
does.
when you wrap your leg around people. When you know them, right? That's your
Yes,
friends.
that's my leg hug. I'm like, oh my god, my poor dancers, they got accosted this year. So it's like, don't go, the seniors, stop. Oh my gosh! But talking about friendships and new people in your life. I mean, Mary, you're a new friend, and again,
Yeah,
we have to keep telling you guys we've never met in
we never
person.
met.
It's crazy.
So wild.
And I love being around you because you inspire me. I,
And
I
ditto. Like
I,
we're a
I,
couple of fireballs.
it's like that creative flow happens. We're so present with
Yeah.
each other. The listening. It's we don't necessarily agree on everything in life, and that's okay.
Yeah.
It's a kindred spirit. That's
Mhm.
it's uplifting. We connect deeply. We have a zest for life and passion for the
Mhm.
creative edge. And I feel that we hold our integrity with that. And that is that. It's like whoosh.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
may I become a better friend, and it challenges me to keep that circle in my life. I don't know if that
Hmm.
makes sense, but
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about that too, about the significance of having people around you who help you grow. And I
yeah.
think we've done that a lot for each other because
Yes.
we work through some of the same personal development stuff, and
Yeah.
we challenge each other a lot, and
I
it's
feel
really
like,
important
yeah, in that
to
challenge, I will say we challenge each other in really asking the other to pay attention to those that we need to let go, which is hard. It's a
yeah.
hard thing, but
No. Oh,
but we do it. But we do it. We do it.
yeah. Not just people that we need to let go out of our like old stories and
Yes. Oh,
our
yeah.
ways of
That's great.
thinking about things, our yeah, all of
Hmm.
that stuff. So we've really helped each other with that, which is
Yes.
that's the kind of friend you need. And you need
Yeah.
not a zillion of them, but a few, a handful.
Yes. Yes, you do. Yes, you
Because
do.
all those different perspectives that different people bring to you and help you to sort through things. And anyway,
Yeah.
so it's really important to have those people that you are inclined to want to adventure with or do
Yes.
volunteering with, because that's it. Really, volunteering is a great way to meet people. I've discovered met some really
I
interesting
love
people.
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
yep. Through
We
the
have that
things
same. Yeah.
that you love to
Yeah.
do. No.
Oh, I know. And this is a growth place for me, is learning to not have that rose-colored glasses. Even in,
Mm,
they talk about that in, intimate romantic relationships, but I really feel that it carries over into family relationships, into friendship relationships. It's you have to really see who they are. And if
mhm.
those are red flags for you, they may not be a red flag for someone else, but for you, and that's one of my challenges, is to watch inconsistent behavior, those who have controlling tendencies, I start to feel unsafe.
Hmm. Yeah.
And then I
Then you
pull
don't trust
back.
them.
Yes, I don't. And I'm not sure what their intention is. And so, but some other red flags are gossiping and then competing with each other. That's a
Yeah.
thing,
Yep.
which I'll get on a little later. But I have a friend, and we actually have to say, okay, you get 5 minutes to process, because after the 5 minutes of processing of something that may upset us within a something something, it becomes gossip, in my opinion. And I don't want to
Yeah.
repress things, but I don't want to gossip and bring that crap into my life. So
Hmm.
it's those people that you can be that honest with, right? You know,
Yep.
it's refreshing. It's refreshing, and
Yeah.
I don't know.
So,
I read something about friendship does for our health, I'm not sure if this goes to man science, but I know for women, um, that when we connect, let me find it and I'll read it. When we
yeah.
connect, we both get a release of serotonin and oxytocin. Who knew? Why that's why we feel
Who
so
knew?
damn good with each
What?
other. I
That's what's oozing out.
know, right? And
Yeah.
it works to reduce pain, calm stress, and improve hormone health. So all of us
Hmm.
that are in the pause, pre-pause, finish the pause, and that's my nickname for menopause. I call it the
kiss
pause.
the kiss the
Um,
pause goodbye.
kiss the pause. Oh, that's good. That's the name of a podcast. It's literally medicine for us. I mean, and
Yeah.
you women, let's think about it. Truly, when we feel that, I'm like, whew,
Yeah.
I hung on to that. I'm like, okay, people, let's get a buzz
Yeah.
today.
Yeah. Yeah, there's been a lot of research about friendship. I know I read one about the Harvard study of adult development that, and I'll have to read this because I didn't
Yeah,
memorize it,
no, I know.
but about, but about the significance again of friendships. That the single most important determinant of well-being and longevity is social fitness. I thought it
Wow.
was diet. I thought it was fitness. Blah blah blah. So,
Yeah.
having a rich, deep, and varied social life that includes acquaintances and deep friendships, so those levels of friendship, and lasting romantic relationships, and supportive family connections. All that stuff,
That's
significant
a
to our longevity. Wow.
yeah. I really feel like humans were created for relationships. We really
Yeah.
need each other. They were just created for
Mhm.
relationships, and so I, but that support system, I couldn't do life without my friendships, my women
Yeah.
friends, right?
Yep.
And it's the part of lifting each other up and expressing joy with each other. Having that someone go, yes, you're a badass, even if you really don't
Mhm.
feel like it, but they say it anyway. um, but I just, and in that, going kind of circling back to that competing thing and the red flags, I do want to address that. I feel, and I don't know. I think I don't know why. I really don't know why. Just whatever. Why we women compete with each other.
We
Why
do.
we do, and it's insanity. And a lot of I know why I maybe had did that and have done that. I'm not going to say I'm not guilty. Is my own insecurities
Mhm.
and feeling not enough and thinking someone else
Yeah.
had it. We don't know anyone's story. We don't know what she did to get where she is. We know
Mhm.
nothing. And then in my growth process, I learned where sometimes jealousy is actually a pointer to something that you want that person has. And I've always tried to,
Mhm.
I'm like, oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
So, and so what she has, oh my God, there's plenty. There's plenty
Yeah.
to go around. There's plenty.
Lots.
Abundance of it all. Abundance.
Yes.
Oh God. Oh, so anyway, so those, and if I feel that, because now I'm trusting that intuition. So if I feel that from someone else, I will just quietly move away.
Hmm. Yeah, that
Mm-mm.
actually goes into that idea of being the person you want to attract.
Yeah.
So if you want to attract jealous people, then you should be a jealous person, right? That's the
Right. It's true. Because I'm not attracting those people. It's
yeah,
crazy. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes,
yeah.
yes. Oh, I
So
haven't said that.
being really clear. We've talked about the importance of clarity in friendship and being really intentional,
Yeah.
and even I don't know, in meeting new people and really analyzing what does
Yeah.
this person bring to me that I really want, and what do
Yeah.
I want to exhibit back that will draw them towards me. So just being really clear about the
Yes.
person you're becoming and what you want, what you desire in friendship.
Yes.
There was another quote from Oprah that I really like. She's really good friends with a couple of people, one of them being Maria Shriver, who's one of my heroes. I love her. And
Yes.
she said, in my experience with Maria, the key to a lasting friendship is this: tell each other the truth. Even when things are hard or the truth might sting, we are honest with each other. There's no
Yes.
room for jealousy either, just accepting
Mm.
and loving the person as they are, wherever they are in their journey. Oh, it just gives
Yeah.
me shivers.
God.
Just got shivers
No
all over my
yes
arms.
man. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't
yes.
want a yes man.
Nope.
Oh,
Got to
because
be honest.
and it does sting, man. It's like, oh,
Mm,
oh,
God, that hurt.
it did. Damn, I needed to hear it. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I know. And
Oh,
because I want that, I really challenge myself to be the friend that I want to be the friend first, right? It's the important to
yeah,
be that person first, and not sit back and wait. Be that person. Be the mirror. Be
yeah.
who you want to be friends with, and that will be mirrored back. I don't know. Am I making any sense?
That makes complete sense in a roundabout way. You got
In
it.
a
You
roundabout way.
nailed it.
Okay. 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 But it is. I had, because if people talk about not having friends, it's not always everyone else's fault, right? That you
Fault.
play a part in
Yeah.
that. So
Yep.
anyway, so that's that. So what we want to ask you is what qualities are most important to you in being a friend?
Friend.
If you heard what I said, what are the qualities most important to you in being a friend? And I think when you get clear on that, you will, and become that, you will attract that.
Yeah.
And that's our challenge for you today. Yeah, be that
Yep.
friend.
Be the friend.
Yay. Yay. All right.
Yay.
So as we head off into this month of friendship, hang on for the ride. Maybe we'll sting you somewhere. Do it. Do it. Have a great day.
So,
Have a great
have a
day.
great day.
Bye.